Good morning and welcome to Kid News. I'm Tori. It's Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. And we begin with lights out for one of the most famous attractions in the world. The Eiffel Tower in Paris usually stays illuminated until 1 in the morning, but starting this Friday, those lights will shut off at 11:45 p.m. to conserve electricity. Like most of Europe, France is facing rising energy costs, due largely to the war in Ukraine and Russia cutting its gas supplies to many other countries. French President Macron has asked businesses, government, and the public to reduce their energy usage by 10%. So, in addition to the famous tower, other structures will go dark at 10 p.m. Heating won't be turned on in public buildings until a month later than normal, and even the temperature at public swimming pools is being lowered, all in an attempt to save money. A pair of young royals played a big role in the state funeral for Queen Elizabeth. Two of her great-grandchildren, 7-year-old Princess Charlotte and her brother 9-year-old Prince George, who is second in line to the throne after his father Prince William, walked with their parents in the formal procession as it entered Westminster Abbey. They then sat in the front row during the hour-long service, along with 500 other dignitaries. But also in attendance were about 200 members of the public, as a way to honor various forms of service. That includes an 88-year-old woman who records audiobooks for the blind, a man who led an effort to save his local soccer club, and a lawyer who offered free assistance to people who needed it during the pandemic. The lawyer, Pranshi Banat, told the New York Times he was shocked to receive the invitation, but to him, the mix of guests at the funeral reflected the Queen's character and her ability to connect with everyday people. Packing for a long trip can be hard, especially when you're going millions of miles in outer space, because if you forget something or need a replacement, you can't exactly turn around and go home to get it. But researchers at Washington State University say they may have solved that problem, at least for a journey to Mars. They believe astronauts could use a 3D printer to create essential items and make repairs for anything that breaks. The team successfully mixed small amounts of simulated crushed Martian rock with titanium alloy to make a strong, high-performance material that could, in theory, be used to make tools and rocket parts on the Red Planet. The study is published in the International Journal of Applied Ceramic Technology. A dog lover is being hailed as a real-life hero because she's using her drone to help find lost dogs. So far, Erica Hart of Yorkshire, England, estimates she has helped rescue over 200 lost pets in the last 7 years. She doesn't charge any money for the service and does it purely for the love of animals. Ms. Hart tells the Good News Network she's even gone without stuff for herself so she can put gas in her car to find a dog. But when she posts about happy reunions on Facebook and sees all the positive comments, it puts a big smile on her face and she knows it's worth it. In other Kid News notes, it's curtains for the longest-running play in Broadway history. Producers of The Phantom of the Opera have announced the New York City production will end on February 18th, 35 years after opening. A weakening box office, a decline in international tourism, and rising production costs are said to be the reasons behind the decision to end the popular show about a masked singer. The play will continue to run in London and other productions around the world. A college football player is getting a lot of attention because of his age. At 49 years old, some people assume Ray Russell is a coach for the North Dakota State College of Science Wildcats. But he says, no, he's a defensive lineman. The business management student knew it was a little risky playing with athletes 3 decades younger than him, but he told the Washington Post he figured, why not? That's it for Kid News. Now, the Kid News quiz. What could make tools and repairs for space travelers on Mars? A 3D printer. Why will the light shut off earlier for the Eiffel Tower? To cut down on energy costs. How is a dog lover helping to find lost pets? Using her drone. What's the name of the longest-running play on Broadway that will soon close down? The Phantom of the Opera. In our Kid News Kicker, a 10-year-old author from Austin, Texas is using her passion for writing to make a difference in the world. Pranshi, who also happens to be a Kid News listener, is donating all the proceeds from her new chapter book, Hope, a thrilling adventure for the young and the old, to the Malala Fund. This organization was co-founded by Malala Yousafzai, a young Pakistani woman and the youngest Nobel laureate who advocates for female education. Pranshi told her parents the mission to promote girls' education means a lot to her, and she hopes to inspire other budding writers to keep going as well. Before we go, we want to give a big Kid News shout out to some of our terrific teachers, Ms. Calhoun and her Panthers at Pierce in Chicago, Illinois, Mrs. Tornquist and the Little Friends Club at Whispering Wind Academy in Phoenix, Arizona. In California, Ms. Ocampo and her Hawks at Hidden Hills Elementary in San Ramon, and Ms. Polden and her hardworking Wild Roadrunners at Nodden Elementary in San Jose, and Miss S and the JT Jets at JT McWilliams in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks for listening. It really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts, and we might use some of your comments on our website, emails, and social media. We hope you tune in for more Kid News tomorrow morning.